Welcome back to part 2 of Control and Coordination chapter. In this video, we are going to discuss about nervous system. Nervous system is a highly complex part of an animal that coordinates its actions and sensory information by transmitting signals to and from different parts of the body. It consists of two main parts: central nervous system, also known as CNS, peripheral nervous system or PNS. CNS consists of brain and spinal cord, and PNS consists of nerves. Nervous system is made up of specialized cells called neuron or nerve cells. Now this flow chart shows the parts of nervous system. It consists of central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Now moving on to central nervous system, we will discuss about brain. Brain is the command center for human nervous system. It is composed of three main parts: cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla oblongata, which is also known as brainstem. First we will discuss about protection of brain. Skull is a bony case in which protects the brain. Along with that, brain is covered by cranial meninges. Meninges has three layers: dura mater, arachnoid mater and pia mater. Along with that, brain has cerebrospinal fluid which protects it from injury. So three main parts protects brain: skull, cranial meninges and cerebrospinal fluid. Now moving on to different regions of the brain. They are forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. So you can see them in the picture. Forebrain is the largest part, then you are having the midbrain and the hindbrain. Now moving on to forebrain. Forebrain consists of cerebrum, thalamus, hypothalamus and pituitary gland. About hypothalamus and pituitary gland we will be discussing in the endocrine system. Now about functions of forebrain. It is the main thinking part of the nervous system. It has separate areas which are specialized for smell, that is olfactory receptors, hearing, auditory, sight, also known as visual, and taste, gustatory. It helps in reasoning, problem solving and also regulate motor functions. Sensation of feeling full is also caused by forebrain. Now moving to cerebrum, which is the largest part of the brain. It divides the brain into two hemispheres. You can see in the diagram left and the right hemisphere. The two hemispheres are connected with each other by a bundle of fibers called corpus callosum. In the diagram you can see in the middle corpus callosum, and each hemisphere is again divided into four lobes. In the next picture you can see the four lobes. Each lobe is having its own function. The lobes are named as frontal, parietal, occipital and temporal. Now moving to midbrain. Midbrain houses 12 cranial nerves. Cranial nerves are nerves which originate from the brain. All neuronal transmission passes through the midbrain. It is a point of connection between CNS and PNS. It also includes optic lobe, which is the center of vision. It controls the movement of eyes and pupils, and some of the involuntary movements also midbrain can control. Now moving on to hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum, medulla oblongata and pons. Now functions of hindbrain. Cerebellum is the coordination center. It maintains body posture and balance. Medulla controls involuntary actions like swallowing, coughing, salivation, vomiting, heartbeat and breathing. Pons relay information between cerebellum and cerebrum. In this diagram you can see all the parts clearly: pons, medulla oblongata and cerebellum. Now just see this flow chart which discussed about the different regions of the brain. Brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain is made up of cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus. Midbrain consists of the visual part and also 12 cranial nerves. Hindbrain has cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata. Now moving to spinal cord. Spinal cord is a long cord which arises from medulla and runs throughout the vertebral column. Vertebral column protects the spinal cord. The spinal cord is again protected by meninges and cerebrospinal fluid as the brain. Now coming to peripheral nervous system. It consists of two types of cells, neurons and neuroglia. Neuroglia are cells which support and protect the neuron. Different types of neuron. Sensory neuron, also known as efferent neuron. Nerves that transmit information from body to CNS is called sensory nerves. Next, motor nerves, also known as efferent neurons. Nerves that transmit information from CNS to the body part is called motor nerves. Mixed nerves, nerves which can carry out both these functions are called mixed nerves. Next is cranial nerves. Nerves arising from the brain is called cranial nerves, and there are 12 pairs in our body. Spinal nerves, nerves that arise from the spinal cord, there are 31 pairs in our body. Now coming to structure of neuron. A neuron consists of a cell body called cytone and two processes, dendrites and axon. Cytone is a cell body with central nucleus and cytoplasm called soma. Dendrites or dendrons are hair-like processes connected to the cytone. They receive stimulus and pass it to the cytone. Axon. From one side of the cytone arises a long cylindrical process. This is called axon. The endings of the axon may be branched. These branchings are called synaptic terminals. Next is synapse. The gap between a synaptic terminal and the dendrite of another neuron or an effector cell is called the synapse. Now let us see the diagram. So you can see the cytone here, central nucleus and cytoplasm is there. From the cytone you can see lots of branches arising. These branches are known as the dendrite, and one branch is little bit cylindrical and more longer, that is the axon. Sometimes the axon are covered with a sheet known as myelin sheet, and on top of the myelin sheet some cells are present known as Schwann cells. In between the Schwann cells there are some gaps. That gaps are known as rod of Renwier. Axon ending will have branches. As you can see in the picture, the end will have a bulb-like structure which is known as the axon bulb, and the branching is showing the axon terminal. Now the gap between this axon terminal and the next dendrite of the other neuron is called the synapse. Now we will discuss about parts of peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is divided into subsystems. First one, somatic peripheral nervous system. This deals with voluntary movements. Next is autonomic. It deals with involuntary movements. Again, autonomic is divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is related to cases of emergencies, and parasympathetic is related to relaxed state in our body. Then last division of peripheral nervous system is enteric nervous system that controls gastrointestinal systems. Next is about functions of nervous system. The nervous system performs the following three functions. Sensory input, detection of stimuli by the receptors or sense organs, that is the first function. Second is transmission of inputs by nerve impulses to the brain and the spinal cord, which generate an appropriate response. The third function is motor, carrying out of the response by muscles or glands, which are called effectors. So these are the main functions of nervous system. Here we come to the end of this video. Next video will be about reflex action, neuromuscular junction and muscle movement. Thank you for watching.